Rightio. Welcome back to the Budget Kitchen. One good thing about these riding pants, thick knees, thick knee pads. So tonight I'm cooking fine yet povo dining, if you want to call it that. We're doing a gnocchi, a Tex-Mex gnocchi, Mexican gnocchi. See how we go. So anyway, as our sauce, I preserved these. Date on this is the 30th of the 1st of last year. So we're coming up on nearly 2 years of this being in the jar. Lid's still depressed. Oh, pop. Smells right. No mold under the lid, so your basic chili, onion, kidney beans, butter beans, onion, carrot, peas, corn, red and green capsicum, and a lot of chili. So that's our first thing. If we duck into the fridge. So I was going to do ravioli with it. When I go shopping, I always look out for ravioli, that sort of thing that's on clearance, reduced, half price, whatever else. Take it home, portion it, cryovac it, and it's good for a year or whatever afterwards. This is a Renner pan fry Italian cheeses gnocchi, crispy and creamy, fantastic in 5 minutes. Again, it was on special for $4, 50% off. So we're going to pan fry it in the pan and then add the chili to it. Because I'm adding a liquid mixture to the pan, I haven't got the cast iron this time. I've got this little pan, deep pan I found at work, obviously well used. Hadn't the handle missing. I recently picked up a set of pan grippers off eBay. I think they were 10-15 bucks. Unfortunately, I didn't check before I left home because the lip's too wide for the pan grippers to grab onto. So that's a little bit wonky. I'm gonna have to use the glove to grab the pan off. It's a bit better. So I'm going to put it on the angle like that, just because we're a little bit off kilter. Bringing our pantry. Campfire cooking. If it hasn't got ash in it, that's not real campfire cooking. So gonna add a bit of oil to this, so we can lube this gnocchi right up. I've tried gnocchi before, and that's just the boiling in water. It hasn't been pleasant, so I've sort of stopped buying it. But I thought this stuff's got cheese in it that might actually be worth the try. So that's weird the way that's packaged. Cut it off. This will be my last go at gnocchi. If this doesn't work, I just won't buy it anymore. So I'm going to go into the pan like that, put that aside and dispose of it somewhat thoughtfully later. Grab our fork spoon. Put that over there. And it all's going to heat up. Oh, that's warm. Having trouble keeping coals in it. I'm going to have to get a plate or something to put at the bottom of it. Even just a bit of sheet metal plate or something light that I can fit in there, just to stop the coals from all falling down, because as soon as you put anything smaller than 2 centimeters square, it just drops straight through and you lose that heat. That pine or whatever it is I'm burning has a really interesting smell to it. Reminds me like peppermint, when you burn peppermint in the bushfire up in the high country. So, we'll get this cracking along. There's plenty of heat in there, so we'll fry off this gnocchi. That's all it says to do. Just 5 minutes. Just a few minutes, you can crisp on the outside with delicious creamy filling inside, which isn't what gnocchi normally is, but anyway. Medium heat, turning from time to time. 5 minutes, I reckon. I might let it go a little bit longer, just so I know I don't have raw gnocchi. Although if it's stuffed, it's probably not going to matter. So, ow, knee. So we'll give it 5 minutes and see what it looks like. That gnocchi's browned off nicely. Some of them have started to split open, revealing, yes, they do indeed have a cheesy inside. So now it's on there. Get our Mexican, you can not even use it as a salsa. The reason for these, going into the start of last year, which was 2021, there was a Birdsville trip planned for the Anzac Day long weekend, and then Cape York again for September of this year, but it never happened. So I preserved a heap of chili and spag bol in these and the bigger Domio jars as well. Obviously no meat inside it. It's all vegan. Well, I won't say it's vegan. No meat in there because you can't preserve meat, obviously. These are not really a full serve, although, don't spill it. I'm going to do all of it just to use it, and then like the spag bol in the cryovac bag, you can take that unrefrigerated, any pasta you want unrefrigerated, and just less stuff in the fridge. That was the idea anyway for the trips away in the ute. It works a whole lot better on the bike, however, with the overnight bag, the ice brick in there, and everything else. So all we're going to do is warm this up, stir it through. Wow, that looks delicious. Probably too much there, but anyway, I'm going to eat it all. So we're going to let that simmer down nicely. I had to add wood to it again. I said before about adding a plate to the bottom. I think I can just get rid of the grill out of the bottom and build the fire from the bottom. I got the holes at the very bottom. I can stick the butane torch in to light it, and then just have the fire at the bottom. You still have decent heat coming out of there, even with the coals down low. So that might be the way to go. If I don't do charcoal with it, just take that bottom grill out and build the fire from the bottom and just let that heat come up, because as you can see, she's still sizzling away nicely. As I've said before, with many cooking segments, low and slow, you don't want to rush any of it, because all you're going to do is burn the absolute shit out of everything. A couple of YouTubers I watch, again, they camp late, they spend their time videoing, photographing the sunset, which, again, as I said earlier, over winter, sunset just happens to happen around the same time you want to cook. But low and slow. One of them, he cooked, I can't remember if it was sausage or steak, but he cooked his meat and had it nearly ready, and then added the onions, which onions should always go on first. They take the longest out of anything to cook. So little tip for future adventurers: if you're going to have any onion in your meal, cook it first, because your proteins, especially over coals, when it cooks a little bit quicker, if there's heat in there, by the time that onion's starting to caramelise and burn, your protein's probably already done as well. So that looks fantastic. And all we're doing warming up. I cooked a big bowl of chili, a big pot of chili. So all the veggies, beans, capsicum, onion, carrot, all that stuff's already cooked. All you're doing is warming it up, which makes things a little bit quicker. So that just about looks done as the last of the coals drop down again. So I don't think I'm going to be using this as a fire for tonight, because obviously you can see over there I haven't cut enough wood, and it's still a tad warm. So this will warm me up a lot, as well as the cup of port. So there we go, Tex-Mex gnocchi. Not really getting the cheese in it. Something different. Oh, very hot. But again, unrefrigerated Mexican sauce to go with it. Hell, you'd probably just get a jar of Master Foods smoky barbecue marinade or something like that, and just bring it and pop it in as well. Even if you did do some sort of meat, brown it, add the gnocchi, brown that, and then just smoky barbecue. Might come later. But again, that's a meal. Even chewy. Even just going and buying your tin of Mexican beans in a can, baked beans in a can, any sort of thing like that, just to add sauce to it. As I said, I was going to do Mexican can with some ravioli or just regular pasta, the same as I do the spag bowl. But I'm going to finish this, finish my port, this cup anyway, and yeah, we're getting close to golden hour. So finish this, get the drone ready, and that'll see us out to the end of the night.